Everybody get shots.
Got enough space to walk through, so.
Check the screen, bro.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Want to give double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noah's in the gospel of God, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. With the brothers here, the GMS Kansas City branch, coming to you another weekend and week out. When it's hot Saturday, to prophesy the end of the spiritual kingdom called America, aka Babylon the Great. To wake up the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, to compel you to repent and come back to the Heavenly Father, man, and get out of these wayward philosophies, these wayward doctrines, because judgment is going forth. We're seeing the prophecies play out like popcorn. The whole conflict in the Middle East between Iran and Israel, hey, things are heating up, man. And you know, I was just talking to the brothers and meditating through the Spirit that we believe highly that this war in the Middle East will be the war that brings back Yahweh Shai, because this is the straw that broke the camel's back, man.
Right.
Because you have other nations out there that's basically getting involved, and they got their troops on standby because of this conflict with Israel and Iran, man. And the whole world understands that those small hats are the enemy of humanity, man. You know, so you got Russia on standby, North Korea, China, the Saudis, man. Hell, you even got America secretly sending troops over to the Middle East to be on standby because they know that this thing is getting ready to intensify, man. So if anybody got a precept, let's start with it. If not, somebody start with Joel 3. I got time. Pick it out.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near.
It said, let all the men of war draw near. So that's a beckon call from Yahweh Ba'ashem and Yahweh Shai to get up to fight war, man. Because this is the time now of our deliverance. So things are getting ready to speed up. As the brother was just saying, damn, we're already damn near in July. I feel like the year just started 2 weeks ago, man.
Right.
And we're already halfway through the year. And that's a beautiful sign for the elect, because the scripture said if those days wasn't cut short, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days have been shortened, so the time is speeding up, man. Because the Lord's getting ready to get this damn devil out of here finally. You know? Go ahead.
And it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
Yeah, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, which those are weapons of work, of labor. But he said, look, fuck all that. It's time to go to war. So with the Saudis basically getting ready to cut America off, doing it with the petrodollar, you got BRICS, you got Russia, you got fucking Iran, you got all these nations that have each other's best interests, and they all coming up against Babylon, man. Because Iranians said it. They said, look, if y'all attack us, then we gonna strike back, because we know that secretly you're financing Israel, man. You know, they said that basically what happened is that a lot of the weapons that those Israelis got is being basically funded by the American taxpayers, man. You know what I'm saying? So in Iran, they know that. They know that the war machine behind Israel is America. Lock, stock, and barrel. So by default, they're already looking at you with a side eye, which puts Russia involved, man. And that's what Trump trying to avoid. He's trying to avoid going to war with Russia because he don't want that smoke, man. That's why he told it. He said, well, look, man, I know in 2 weeks if we gonna make a war. Why the fuck do it need you to wait 2 weeks for you to know if you're gonna be diplomatic or not?
Let me think about it.
Yeah, let me think about it. Because see, what happens is he needs to try to go around that situation. He needs to set up diversionary tactics so he can go ahead and offset it all, man.
Well, they said he's saying that because he's gonna attack sooner.
Yeah.
You know, like he did the first time. He said we're gonna have a negotiation, and then they had a negotiation. He attacked the day before.
Dang.
You know, so they were saying like he said 2 weeks, but he might strike this again. You know,
And thinking about with Trump, he's bold enough to do that shit too.
Yeah.
Trump would do it.
They're moving planes over there in that region. I mean, warships.
Yeah, because they got the B-2 bombers, man, and I used to have to fucking watch them shits every damn day, man. I used to see what goes up and down in them damn planes, man.
Big
So,
boys.
and they used to brief us weekly on these sleeper cells. And guess who's on the list? Kansas City, man.
Kansas City.
And that's a reason why, because Esau's Blessing is stationed right here, basically in Kansas City. You can drive 45, 50 minutes and you're there.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a big target on the map, man. And he talking about 2 weeks, man. Hey, look, something can happen. Either hypothetically, let's say he wants to wait for real. Well, you know, the small hats can draw his ass out and just do an inside, inside job over here like 9/11 to pull his ass up and make him make a move. So
Right.
no matter what, I don't see it being 2 weeks.
Because the small hats, man, they've been involved in every war, Afghanistan, Iraq, but they've never been had troops out there. Their blessing is really the intelligence. It's the agencies. They give all of the intel. They really run CIA, Mossad, and MI5. That's all one group, and they don't give a shit about borders, man. And that's usually what they are. But now they're getting in a hot kinetic war, which we've never really seen before. Now they're directly going across another nation. So we know what time we're in.
Right.
Hey, they said fucking Israel, they got a media blackout on everything, man. They said that they got media blackouts on everything. Like the reports, everything, because they want to sway those narratives. They don't want people to know that they're the one behind the war, but everybody knows, man.
Right.
Everybody knows that America's bought and paid for these lobbyists, bro. Everybody knows this.
Right.
So it's no secret.
Yeah, I was gonna say on top of that, Israel is using this time of war to attack Iran's bank, man. They attacked like one of their largest banks. They said it was like a military bank, but pretty much we know they're using this war to reset this financial system. All right, because it was a cyber attack that went out where they hit one of their banks, and then dealing with that bank, they wasn't able to get cash. The ATMs and shit wasn't working, man. It shows you how fragile, this banking system is. At the same time of war, they're gonna hit this shit. They're gonna hit all of this shit, man, and bring that new financial system online. Right?
Yeah, because Iran is one of the last nations on earth that does not have a central bank. So they're not in the Rothschild's pocket.
Right.
That's why they're such a big target.
It says, verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all of the men of war draw near, let them come up. It says, verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And that's what Iran is doing. They're about to sprint to an actual nuclear weapon now, because they were just enriching it to just do nuclear power. But now they're about to just build it. So they see it don't matter what they do now. They're going to get attacked no matter what.
Yeah, they've been getting accused of having weapons of mass destruction since the 80s, bro. This dude, Netanyahu, he said they're having weapons of mass, they're going to help with it. He been saying that shit since the 90s, bro.
Yeah,
20
days
years
away,
later. Yeah,
months away.
days away, weeks away. And even if they did, I mean, so what? They're not using it to... See, like I said yesterday in the video, everybody is not like you, E. So everybody they don't want to put an end to nature just because, man. They making weapons when they have the uranium because they want to defend themselves against you.
Right.
You're the problem. You're the reason why the nations are on edge, man, because you're going to fuck with everybody.
And most people don't understand how the nuclear, mutually assured destruction thing works. See, it's an automatic triggered system. See, they have satellites. The moment something nuclear comes out of a silo, the satellites can tell, and they automatically launch. See, so it doesn't matter. If they were to fire a nuke, it wouldn't matter anyway. Anybody fires a nuke, other nations are going to automatically fire them. See, so it really wouldn't matter if they had nukes anyway, because if you try to nuke America, the nukes are going to automatically fly here. But when the time comes, the angels and things are going to be involved. They're going to make sure that the missiles are going to hit America. And the ones that they don't want to hit other places, they ain't going to hit other places. But that's how it works. So this whole idea, they're going to get a nuclear weapon and shoot it, they can't, man.
Those things are, for one thing, AI and guided systems. For one thing, you got to have codes, and everybody ain't got the codes. It's silos, man.
Yeah, right.
And everything is ran by AI now. That's what's going to make it more deadly, because AI is going to get involved. Somehow the Most High going to switch over the algorithm, and the AI going to go haywire.
Yeah.
They show you that in Terminator. They showed you that in the Matrix. And when Morpheus broke it down, he said they Terminator and Matrix were connected.
It says, verse 11, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh.
Yeah, the mighty ones are the angels, man, because the angels are going to be involved. Like I saw, they said a chariot shot down one of the missiles that was shot over Iran or some shit. A chariot intervened and did something. I didn't see the whole video, but a brother posted like a clip of it or something like that. But the chariots are very involved. Everywhere war is, you see the chariots, you see the angels in the midst of it, because the Lord is the one that's driving forth the course of the war, man.
Right. Right. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
So all you nations are getting ready to get lumped up into one big powder keg, and the Most High is getting ready to eviscerate every last one of you, man.
That's right.
He's setting you up for the biggest okie doke. And that's all for the controversy of Zion, man, because we've been praying our power to come and deliver us, and we're finally seeing the time of the Lord's movement, man.
That's right.
All this pride shit and all this wickedness that's going on here, hey, that time is just about up, brothers.
Yes,
shit
yeah.
is over.
This shit is just about up, dude.
Yeah,
We don't
you
have that
can
much
tell.
longer, man.
Shit dried out, man.
Yeah, the mirth ain't mirthing no more. The people are through. Everybody's in credit card debt. You know, the people, they're just through, man.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. Brother mentioned that earlier. We was talking about it, man. Yeah, you know, we're in the midst of Pride Month, which this shit got what, less than 2 weeks left.
Yep.
And yeah, we know that spirit is out here, but it's been so much war drums beating. You know, the fucking people are scared of a collapse. Prices on everything going up. That really, man, like the brother said, that mirth has just died out, man.
Yep.
These people can't even really get in that spirit of doing that shit no more, man.
That's the spirit. I ain't seen too many moles this
That's
year.
what I said.
Wow, you fucking dead,
Yeah.
man.
They had their little praise. I was just saying, fucking with it.
They underground right now because they don't want to get drafted.
Oh, yeah. The draft,
They gotta
man.
play
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, y'all marching pretty militant over there. Okay, yeah, we can use that over there.
But dude brought it out. He said they ain't ready for war. He said if you look at the marching bands, he said they all off rope, they off beat, they don't have it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
y'all saw that, them soldiers.
Yeah, so they don't have it. He said we don't know, but he said it's something about the. I think he mentioned the enthusiasm. That's what's missing. The enthusiasm is dead, man.
Right,
Yeah, but when I was done, like you don't have the shit at work. Like who be enthusiastic to go to fucking work?
Nobody. Nobody. And those all of them soldiers, bro, they're dreading that Iran shit, bro. They know America got a lot of military power, but they know Iran is going to get a lot of people in the spirit world. And that's before Russia ended the chat, man.
Hey, ripping Israel.
See?
I think I'm quick enough to get it.
Quick with it.
Oh, and the thing about it is, those Iran, you know, and those different proxy groups, they have something to fight for. You know, that's why scriptures say you Americans have foreborn to fight, because you people ain't got shit to fight for, man.
Right.
You gonna get drafted over to fight in wars you really don't want shit to do with. But guess what? Your ass still gonna get drafted anyways, man.
That's right.
They gonna need them bodies.
Yeah, and they gonna do it under false pretense, man. Like that nigga Ted Cruz got exposed.
Yeah.
Biblically, we
Ted
have
Cruz.
to support Israel.
We're commanded.
Yeah, the average American know that's bullshit, bro.
Hey, what that nigga Tucker say? He said, wait, who? He said, what? Wait, he
Define
said, so,
Israel.
Yeah, define Israel. He said, so you're talking about the Israel of the Bible. Is it's a state today? Because they know it's all bullshit, man.
Yeah. He's saying you're saying the country.
The country.
That's run by Netanyahu, who's the one in the Bible.
And wait a minute, it's because you occupy land don't make you the people of the land, bro. Israel is basically an occupation, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it is. You were established in 1948, man.
Right.
They don't make you the primary recipient because you were kicked out of every country in fucking Europe, man.
Yeah, you're the last colony of the British Empire. That's what
it.
you are.
And British, they put you in there. And the thing of it is, if the scriptures say that Israel was going to be captives in all nations, how the hell are you getting kicked out of every place? I thought we were slaves. We're in captivity, but you're getting kicked out of lands, man.
Right. How you get all this damn money if you so downtrodden and everywhere you go? This nigga's at the top of everything, man. You know.
Go ahead, brother. You had 1, 2 toss.
Yeah, you got it.
This is quoting that precept bro mentioned earlier. This is Matthew 24, I'll start at verse 20. It says, 19 it says, and woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not to this time, no nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, and should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Right.
This is why this could be felt by everybody. Everybody's saying time's going by quick, not just us, man. Everybody's like, whoa, man, what the fuck happened? Like, a blink of an eye. Like, I can't believe it's Saturday right now, man.
Right.
I kept thinking the other day, like, I kept waking up on Wednesday. Wait a minute. No, it's Friday. Look. What happened to the damn week? I done missed the whole damn appointment. It's going so damn fast. I can't keep up with it, man.
It's like your life is still slow, but the time is fast. Like, damn, by the time you do this, it's already like, by the time I got done doing what I had to do, it was 8 o'clock last night. I'm like,
Yeah.
sun was out and shit. I'm like, damn, 8 o'clock.
You blink, it's nighttime before you know it. You blink, you wake up, you're like,
Yeah. I got a precept for you real quick. That's a precept for that. This is Sirach 36, and I'm gonna start at verses. Yep, I'm gonna start at 6. It says, "Show new signs and make other strange wonders." Strange wonders within the sun. And it says, "Glorify thy pour out wrath, and let them declare thy wonders." It says, "Sanctify and take away the adversary and destroy the enemy." And we're seeing that happening through this war, man, because now everybody, Amalek is being exposed. But it says, "Take the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works."
They can walk behind it.
It's like it, bro. I just checked this.
Nah, that's good.
Just put it right in the middle. Yep, right there. Excellent. Put it right, Sean. It's kind of going the same way it was. Yep, it's closer. Yep, everybody here. Come. I'm gonna read that again. Sirach 36:6. It says, "Show new signs and make other strange wonders, and glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works," man. And we're seeing the wonders, we're seeing signs, okay? We're seeing the people bug out. Like these people, they're literally in the matrix. They don't know what the hell is going on, man. Here, they got U.S. cities that's on the watch list of sleeper cells, which we know that a lot of that is going to be done through age of provocateurism. Because remember when Esau allowed the borders to open up back in 2023, you had Iranian nationals that came over here and they was basically posing outward threats. So I feel like they're gonna do some type of false flag attack just to get people to provoke that war, man. Just to bring back a so-called draft. Because if you attack anything on American soil, then that's a declaration of war. Because remember what happened in 9/11? That was fucking justification for them to invade Afghanistan and Iraq and all that other stuff. For a so-called fake war on terror. You know, which there was no terror. You did that yourself. All right, and it says, "Raise up indignation and pour out wrath, take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. Take the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. And let them that escape be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people," man. Right. And hey, you devils are getting ready to get your just due. We're getting ready to get delivered, man. And we're getting ready to see this place finally fall, man. Because I don't really see what's happening in the Middle East letting up no time soon. I don't see no peace talks or no nuclear talks being disseminated. I don't see none of that. Like they was allegedly in their 6 talking some shit about the nuclear program. You might as well go ahead and wrap that up goodbye, man. Because at this point, Iran, they're not gonna back down to your bullying method, man. You know?
Now the world is seeing that the Edomite truly is the devil universally, man.
Right.
Because in your scripture, you guys say, take away those that oppress the people. It ain't just Jake that's being oppressed now. Now it's fucking, Elon, the Arabs. Now they realize, well, they've been on that, but now it's on a global scale because everybody's going to be involved in this World War III.
Right.
They're going to know who the true enemy is.
Yep. Even these Edomite women, man, they crying out about things, student loans, you know. Everybody's got a problem with you now, man. You know.
right, so the average rent across the United States done went up starting at $400 everywhere.
Wow. Wait, what happened?
The average rent across the United States has increased $400 within 30 days. In some places it went up 1,000.
Oh, you heard what they said? They said gold may bottom. They said gold may be down to $4,000 an ounce at the end of the year.
Yeah, I can definitely believe that.
Yeah, gold. And that's how you know that an economic collapse is on the horizon once precious metals start to go up. Because they understand that metal, when you buy precious metals, that can kind of curve out inflation a little bit because it balances, it offsets the inflation. But they don't want people getting hold of those precious metals. So they're raising the price on the metals so people can't get hold to it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
That's why Esau convinced you to buy diamonds.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
because he don't want people holding a lot of gold. He put a lot of diamonds in your chain.
Yeah.
He can make diamonds. You know, those are cheap. But he's got all of the gold, the silver, the platinum. You know, all of the copper.
And they can appraise diamonds at anything they want. They can say your diamond's only worth $2. It could be $100,000 diamond. Cubic zirconia there, so that's not even real.
Right, right.
You know, they got this new shit called Monzonite diamonds and some shit. They're basically live grown diamonds. They look real, and allegedly they passed the diamond tester.
Yeah,
See. Go ahead,
This the book of Luke. This the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 32. It says, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. And when you meditate on that, man, we really about to see Yahweh Shai in our life. You know, us in the truth, we kind of already knew like it was a possibility, but what the way things are going, you can expect to see Yahweh Shai soon, man.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just a matter of how is he going to greet you? Is he going to greet you with salvation, or is he going to be angry with you and destroy you, man? Because the Lord is getting ready to fucking evaporate America, man.
That's right.
And he's going to evaporate you fucking small hats out of our land in Israel too, man.
Right.
It say, Luke 21 and 32, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. And that's what we were saying before we started camp, because they just built up this little restaurant over here next to our spot, and that's what these people caught up in.
Yeah.
It say, speak on it.
Nah, you got it, man. Keep
Yeah, I was
going.
gonna say too, going into the cares of this life, the Most High is working on brothers' mindset too, to let go of the cares of this life. I was just conversating with the brother last night when he came through. The Lord is starting to move, and the brothers is going through significant adversity. Whether it be personal relationships getting lost, vehicles getting fucked up, homes get taken away, all types of shit. For you to just say, hey, you're ready to let all this shit go, man. 'Cause all this shit about to perish away. It's not nothing you should be holding on to shit at this point, but the Heavenly Father, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Say,
Nah, you got it.
Luke 21:34, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. It say, watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
That's right, man. And that's why we out here diligently doing the work, man, because we want to be counted. Scriptures say, give diligence to make thy calling and election sure. So, therefore, man, doing what you got to do, because, hey, time is short. Like this guy, G. Hayfrom, he put out a video called The $1 Million Question about how can the mark of the beast be the RFID chip if all the nations are in conflict with one another. Like, dude, that don't even make sense, bro. He said, well, what nation is going to implement the mark of the beast? Well, to answer your question, bro, in Revelation 13, read that. See, we got guys that's trying to make arguments over something, that we've already broke down 1,000 times already, just to have a sake, man.
Right.
Like, dude, man, get a fucking light, bro. You don't even believe anyway. And that's what the brothers was going into, man. Men, not letting go, because see, guys like that are of the world. IUIC, they chasing Christians around and all this other shit. Look, we ain't got time for that, man.
Right.
Every Israelite camp out here should be doing what Great Millstone is doing, prophesying the end of this wicked kingdom, man. So
That's
get right
right.
up out of here, man. Not promoting ourselves, not promoting our congregations, not having baseless arguments, man. Because at the end of the day, if you don't believe us, guess what? Like the brother said earlier, prophecy is never defeated. Prophecy remains undefeated to this day, man.
Right.
Right.
That's why scripture say, the Lord said, my thoughts are above your thoughts, man. Because here you are trying to figure out how this is the Lord's movie, man. It ain't enough for the Lord to make it to where, to cause all the nations, both small and great, to be mandated to take a chip. You sitting there trying to figure it out in your human mind, man. Hey, that's why the Lord said his thoughts are above ours. This shit is above you, man.
Yep.
But notice they thinking about it more now. That's why he's asking the question. starting to see particular things that we were saying come together. Now you got a final question to try to, well, how is it actually going to happen? Well, there are commonalities that link things together, like the U.S. dollar, like all the nations link together.
Well, if he dropped the pride, if he dropped the pride and just admitted it, you don't want to act,
Then that'd be easy, man. The Lord said, look, just drop the pride, man. Like, fuck us, man. It ain't nothing about proving a point to us. It's what the scriptures say, man. Drop the pride. You dudes already didn't seen the breakdowns on our mark of the beast. If you can't see it at this point, then we ain't got nothing to tell you. All right, we're not gonna sit up here and babysit or ABC a damn thing to you dudes, man. Like big tap dancing around the mark of the beast. Oh well, you know it could be a chip.
$1 million question.
Yeah, like dog, it's just that simple, man. I keep telling you, it's deeper than a chip. It's gonna be a system, man. The chip is gonna be the brain interface that makes everything go
Links
around
it
it.
up,
Yeah, that's gonna be the brain interface behind it. You know, the currency, the ordeal behind it, but there's gonna be a system behind that. It ain't gonna just be, okay, well, the state is giving you a chip, take this or get your head. No, it's gonna be a little bit more complex than that, man. They have to gradually ease people into the chip, man. Accepting the society. So this is why you have cyber attacks, banks going offline. And they're talking about banks going offline left and right, man. So they can be justified on passing a central-based currency, man. The hell you think Palantir is about?
Right.
You know, they had a meeting last week on the 12th through the 15th out, I believe it was it Sweden or Switzerland? One of them. G7, I think it was in one of them countries. And they said that the dude, Alex Karp, and what's the other dude name? Peter Thiel was at those meetings.
Yeah, they were. They caught him outside, man.
Yeah.
Like, what were you doing with Epstein? They go walking quick as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
They want to ask no question. Boogie. Like, you might as well just take out running, bro. Way fast as niggas walking.
But you see they're being exposed though.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
knows it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and ultimately, man, it's just this dude don't have a clue of what's going on in the world, and how economic works. You don't have a concept to understand the whole beast system, man. It's not going to be the United States just ruling over everything, and they're the ones pushing the currency. No, the beast is very vast. Okay, it's connected to multiple different countries, man.
Right.
And they're all going to one thing, is a form of digital currency. So it's easy for one nation may have a certain square chip, another nation may have an oval shape, another one might have this. But guess what? It's all digital.
Yeah.
So when it's something digital, you can all program it to be accepted no matter where you go.
Yeah, because in Europe they call it the NFC chip. They don't call it the RFID. They call it the NFC, near field communication.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So that right there just is common sense, man. And you know this, man. You know this. You're just trying to fucking play dumb.
Yeah, the software has already been created. They just need to put the hardware in people and link it all together.
It's called
That's
understanding surveillance.
Yep.
You got more on that precept, Toss?
No, I had a different. This what you said when prophecy is undefeated. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1. It say, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And that's what the brother was saying about you Israelite camps, man. You niggas need to start climbing up on your watchtower, man, because GMS been on theirs, man. We've been on our watchtower way before this Israel-Iran shit kicked off, man. But y'all want to say, oh, y'all conspiracy theorists. All y'all want to talk about is, GMS get their info from Alex Jones. Well, nigga, it's looking real now.
Was it?
Right.
It's
You
looking
sound
real.
like Esau, like, oh, JFK was set up by the CIA. That's a conspiracy. Well, then it turned out it was true, wasn't it?
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's how y'all sound, man. Y'all should have been on the watchtower a long time ago,
right.
figuring these things out, man.
That's right.
You know?
But you know why they wasn't doing it? Because money, they care about their belly than the actual truth.
Yeah.
Most of these guys got in Israel because they didn't care about the flock. They found a way how they can capitalize off of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I say that a nigga could turn some royalty gold into shit, man.
Right.
Because most niggas that's in Israel ain't right.
Ain't right.
They ain't right, man.
True. It say, Habakkuk 2:1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
I'm telling you, man, we're saying it. It's happening. Hey, the scriptures say, behold, the third woe coming quickly, man. We're experiencing it. Because eventually these cities are already on high alert. But see, the American media which is led by the small hats. They control 95% of the media in the world. And the funny part about it is that you got citizens in Israel in bunkers, but why aren't these people in bunkers, man?
Yeah.
Like, do they know how volatile or how closely to danger that these people are in danger? They don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, we're literally on a watch list, man. Like, any day now, like, something just happened downtown Kansas City before the camp is over with, and they'll shut this place down, man.
Hey, well,
Slow,
you,
man.
Yeah, you sent the video in the chat.
Yeah, yeah.
They got the I don't know, I forgot what 3-letter organization it was, but they already mentioned, man, all these cities got sleeper cells in it.
Yeah.
Which we knew that because scriptures say, hey, surely I will fill you with men as with caterpillars. So while y'all out here just enjoying your Saturday, eating chili cheese dogs and drinking beer, bro, anything could pop off at any moment, man.
Yeah.
And we, in the truth, we know this.
Yeah.
This is why we stay in a certain headspace, man. You know?
Hey, the minute something happen here, we gonna hop right on live and rebuke all y'all fucking ass.
Hey, you know what? Hey, GMS Kansas City is known for doing that, man. In the midst of us teaching lessons and prophecies, all of a sudden some world shit pop off.
Yeah.
So,
Popping off.
Yeah. I was telling we broke the news when Iran attacked or Israel attacked Iran. We was doing a live show.
Yep. Hey, shit, the shutdown when it came back in 2020.
yep, God.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, man.
During camp, you got that that notification came out.
We the men of the Lord, man. Believe that. Yeah. Peace up. You got it, Ricard. You got one, bro? Yeah, you got it.
This is Obadiah from verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. You know, and I want to mention real quick, you know, when Israel first struck Iran, you had information going out that North Korea and China openly condemned that, man. See, because like the brother brought out in the book of Joel, these nations are all rising up. For what purpose? For the Lord to gather their dumb asses over there in the valley of Yahweh's judgment, man. Right? So he can destroy all of them. Okay, verse 2, it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Hey, just to back you up too, the Sunni Muslims over there are now getting closer to those Shias over there in Iran now, man. They're chanting together. They said more prayers than ever to Allah has gone up between them two than ever before, and them two hate each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Amalek put them against each other, man. But that's the Muslim world rising up. Hey, that's 2nd Ezra 15 and 28. So
Obadiah 1 and 3 again. It said, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, then will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. All right, so we got the Lord. The Lord is determination, all right, is to gather these nations, man. All right, ultimately, so he can pour that judgment upon the curse, which is Idumea.
Yeah.
Right, you Edomites, man, you're literally the Lord's curse. All right, and he's the one who's gonna bring you down, man.
Yeah, kind of right. Y'all are gonna follow with each other because now Israel is they calling for their main piece of muscle, America, but America is attached with NATO, man. So an agreement with NATO is if one of our nations go to war, all of us going.
Yeah.
So it's deeper than just bringing America in because America they gonna bring all these other fucking European nations coming in.
Yeah.
And these European nations, they ain't really with all that war shit, man.
Right.
So that's why I say the beast shall hate the Lord, because it's gonna come a point in time where they say, you know what? Fuck America and fuck Israel, man.
Right. The world is too connected now. You can never have two major wars between two major nations and it just be them two. Because Iran is supplying all of this oil, all of these countries. They're supplying oil to China. You can't just start having war and other countries don't have nothing to say about it anymore. The global economy is too integrated. They control the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
See, so it ain't just gonna be. It's impossible to just have two big nations to fight each other anymore, man. You're gonna drag a bunch of other nations with you.
That ain't how it works, because you got nations that got diplomatic immunity between other nations, man. Like, hey, Russia said it. They They said, look, we got too much invested in Iran, man. You know what I'm saying? Our resources, they got a lot of resources in that. Yeah, you want to protect where your money is at, man.
Yeah.
That's why Iran ain't worried about it. They like, look, man, they've been in war with the small hats since the 50s, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like right when Israel was established as a state, they got fucking bombed. I think the Egyptians bombed them, if I'm not mistaken, back in 1948.
That same night on
The same night. And then, you know, it would, and that's, bro, that's the Lord making mockery of them, because the scriptures say when Israel gets back to the land, there will be no more wars. The minute you got put in there, fucking war intensified. That's when the wars really became intensified, man. Because what are the chances, like, slightly after when World War II ended and they got implanted in the land, and then after that, you know, you had what was the Gulf War, 91?
Yeah,
Late 80s, something like that. And then, you know, which technically the Cold War really started right after World War II. So technically the Third World really started right after World War II, because the Cold War was really the Third World. It just hadn't intensified yet, man.
Yeah, that's when you got the players that's gonna fight.
Yeah.
They were already separated. You had
Yep.
basically the Western powers
And
and
the
the
East.
East and the East. You see?
Yep.
Now, they might have changed borders a little bit here and there, but they all are still on their same side today.
Yep.
China gets a third of all of its oil from Iran, man.
Shit.
You think they just about to like have nothing to say about it?
Well,
You know?
They use a lot of that. That's billions of people over there.
Well, peep this. It says Russia and China are 100% in Iran's corner, and that has a very serious implications. So that's prophecy. It says the U.S. is squarely with Israel, and Russia and China are firmly behind Iran. But it says what could go wrong?
Right.
Most people don't seem to realize that we are in an extremely dangerous moment in world history.
Right.
You people are in an extremely dangerous moment because, hey, we understand what's happening, man.
Right.
We believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because if everything else that the Lord prophesied up until this point has been true, what make you think him returning is just a farce, man?
Right.
This very war is getting ready to bring back Yahweh Shai, man, once the nations get involved.
Yeah. This
People
shit
think
bigger than Crawford versus Canelo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
People think it's a bunch of Western nations versus a bunch of Eastern nations, but it's really just America versus those other nations.
Yeah.
Because when you really look at the rest of these Western nations, their militaries are not on the level at all, man. America, even Trump's complaining about how much he puts in military, and they're not paying anything for it.
Bro, they did a survey. They showed you that the world's top Air Force, America got over 40-something thousand fucking crafts, bro.
Yeah,
we saw that video.
Yeah, right. So
They had
really,
that shit all the way up.
it's just America. When it says the nation shall be partly strong and partly weak, that's because America's really the hard part, the teeth. They fund everything, all of those weapons, the NATO 5.56s and the NATO 6.7. That all comes from American weaponry. They have military, but really it's America.
Hey, that's why they call it they call it the war machine, bro. War machine, the Pentagon. Think about it spiritual though, because what was Tubal came and the Senate's Tubal came and they was good in artifiers, man. Artifiers was dealing with weaponry, metals and weapons.
Yep.
And remember, like in the 1800s, early 1900s, America's strongest sword was fucking steel.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They had manufacturing here during the first and second industrial revolutions, man.
Yeah.
They outsourced everything, so they don't make shit. But hey, America, man, they created a lot of tension among the nations, man.
Yeah, the
Carnegie's and
steel,
shit.
steel tycoons,
Yeah,
oil
yeah.
tycoons.
Yeah, bro. Remember when they was first got them Abrams tanks off the assembly line, man? Them shits was going for the fucking
Oh yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Esau made a bag off that shit.
Yeah. Now you've been outpaced now. Just a lot of that military equipment is obsolete, man. It's full order drone warfare now. You know?
But what I found out too, brothers, a couple years back, like years ago, this guy was telling me, he said that there was an old military base, silos in Lee Summit, Missouri, like 20 minutes from here, and they said that they had decommissioned silos on the ground, but they're still operative. He said like there's still like I don't think it's, I mean, honestly speaking, they could still have weapons down there. It could be like a secret base, but it's not being used for like military purposes. But allegedly they keep a lot of overstock and backstock and vehicles and all types of shit down there. Like, you know how like when people rent out like old factory buildings and they may store their luxury cars in there for some time. But allegedly this silo out in Lee Summit, Missouri, allegedly they got shit on the ground out here. And I can believe it because Missouri is called the cave state.
Well, in Whiteman, there used to be a missile base. When I was stationed there, you actually can go all the way down inside the fucking missile silo.
Wow.
So, I mean, it ain't nothing for them to just build some shit and get that shit back in operation. You know, I'm just,
I went out
things are shut down a lot of that stuff. It ain't nothing to get that shit back up and running, man.
Well, Esau, low key, he didn't shut a lot of the shit. He didn't decommission. He didn't.
A lot of shit they just lied just
Yeah.
to make it look like they did.
Yeah,
But
he ain't tell
they
you.
got more than just B2s out here. I'll tell you that, man.
Yeah. B2, them motherfuckers huge. They don't look like it on the camera, but that's a two
Those
pilot.
things are huge.
It costs 2 pilots to fly them things, man.
And they're dated, man.
Yeah.
They're way outdated. They're not as good as they saying they are.
Yeah.
Like technology has gotten so vast since some things were made. That's supposed to be called the stealth bomber, but it ain't as stealthy no more
Yeah.
because of all the technology is gonna pick up in that shit, man.
Yeah, they found a
Don't
way
be
around
surprised they shoot them shits down.
You know what? This state, Kansas City, both of them had the nuclear war, Cold War presidents here, man. You had Truman, you had Eisenhower.
Eisenhower, yeah.
Truman is more on the Missouri side, and then Eisenhower was a Kansas president, man. See, they presided over a lot of that ramp up of nuclear warheads. You know, you got a lot of shit here.
He still got an old house out in Independence, bro.
Yeah, right by Grandview.
Yeah, his farmhouse is in Grandview. You got a couple cribs.
Yeah, he got a couple crib, yup.
I got a preset.
Go ahead, brother.
This is
Careful.
y'all
You got it, man.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 37. It says, if any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are the commandments of Yahweh. But if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophesy and forbid not to speak with tongues, that all things be done decently and in order. So if they want to be retarded and try to, say that these things ain't true, the MOTB ain't coming and all this other stuff, let them be retarded, man. Let them be ignorant.
But the thing of it is, brother, is the fact they're trying to get around what GMS is saying. If they can find a way on how to figure it out on their own without having Great Millstone, get the credit for it, and that's what they want. They're trying to find a way outside of what the apostles are saying. Because ultimately, these guys are envious at the knowledge that the men of the Lord have. Okay, see, they may act like they all high and mighty because of their looks and their congregations, but low key, they lack the knowledge, man.
Right.
And they're looking at the men of the Lord, the apostles, like, how can these men have all this knowledge? They know with a bunch of bums. But if you understood the scriptures, the Lord said he dealt with the lowly and the humble, man.
Yeah.
The Lord didn't deal with the mighty. He said his strength it wasn't to the mighty. Paul said, through my weakness, I'm strong, man.
Yeah.
So it ain't a
mysteries are revealed through
through the meek, man. So it's not about what you look like and how strong you are, how cocky and diesel you are, because you got a bunch of women following you. This ain't never been about that, man.
Right.
Okay? Scripture say the meek shall inherit the earth, bro.
Right.
More on it. You got something, Todd?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm gonna finish the article once you're done with
This is Genesis. This is Genesis chapter 27, verses 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of the heaven, and by thy sword thou shalt live, and thou shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. But it say, by the sword thou shalt live, man. And we know the facts. America has only been out of war for at least like under 10 years. They say in the 249 years, pretty much like 90% of this shit has been at war, man. So we know that you are the biblical Edomites by your behaviors, man.
Right.
By your behaviors, your characteristics, the way you do. What they doing now.
He can't cohabitate in peace. It's impossible for him to have peace, bro. He just don't know peace. It's not. This is not a peaceful man. This man is he's a scriptures call him a bloody man, man.
Right.
They cannot. If this world seen peace for 10 years, this man would literally find a reason to bring the war, plunge the war into chaos, man.
Right.
What it tells us, was it Proverbs 20 or 24 when it goes into he calls some. It says he roughly paraphrasing. It goes into he can't rest unless he calls some to fall. Yeah, that's his whole MO, man. He can't allow things to peace or be at peace with one another. That's why he fucks with nature. Like, he even fucks with the atmosphere. Like, ain't no way in hell that this sun is this damn hot on us, man. The sun never been this damn. I mean, yeah, we've had hot summers over the past, but all that shit that's spraying in the air, that's thinning a layer of the ozone, man. And we're literally getting cooked.
Right.
Go in the car, you getting ready to fucking suffocate. Lord forbid you don't have air. You
truth. Because like naturally, and like Jake's spirit, they naturally supposed to pursue peace, man. That's what the scriptures say, seek peace and pursue it. So that means like as far as like a political situation, we trying to avoid bloodshed at all costs.
Right.
Now war, we can what they say, we can get into some gangster
Marijuana?
shit. We want to avoid that. You know, you want to do things diplomatically.
Right.
But it say in Ezekiel 35, since thou hast not hated bloodshed, I'm talking about the NLT, since thou hast not hated bloodshed shall pursue thee, man.
Right.
What nation or group of people describes that, man? Because Moab is billions of people long, but you don't see Moab fucking with people on the war tip like that.
Yeah.
They got a 1,000,000-man army. They could run through some shit, but they not even on that, man.
Right. They're in the spirit of Lamech. But see, the Lord said, don't touch Cain, and there's lineage of Cain of Lamech. He said, well, if they can't touch us, I'm gonna start killing people. You know?
Yeah.
He said if they can't touch Cain. I'm vengeance sevenfold. You see? So he took the Lord gave him an out to be peaceable, and what did he do, man? He turned the violence up. And when you got to Genesis 6, the Lord said the earth was filled with violence, man. When he put it up, it was violence everywhere. You had the artificer running loose. Niggas like Lamech just couldn't sit down, man.
Yeah,
you had to see something die.
Yeah, you had serial killers, bro, back then.
Yeah. You know?
Spirit of the devil, man.
That's right, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and 10. Real quick, it says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not. Because see, everything related to the Edomite kingdom is basically fallen. They're at the point now, war is now a necessity for them, for their survival. You see, because everything about this thing has been destroyed. Your own people are crying out because they can't afford nothing. You know, your own people are confused. Everything's backwards. You see, everybody knows who Amalek is. I've never seen this many people coming out and telling them those aren't the people.
Yeah.
Bro, he be getting cooked.
Divine Israel.
Go to any coming forward when they expose the Amalek, he getting cooked.
All of these mainstream people, I've seen Sabrina,
Kim
Kim Iverson,
Whitney
Candace
Webb.
Owens,
Yep.
Whitney Webb, they all basically just telling you those are not the people, obviously.
That ain't
And they're
them.
like, obviously they're not the people.
That
Candace
ain't
Owens,
them.
I'm gonna take that, man. Kingdom, I got you.
So you've been made bare. This is the precursor before the Lord destroys you, man.
That's right,
You get
man.
your ass, you gonna make sure you butt naked, everybody gonna be looking at you laughing. Okay, and you're gonna be like, get the rocks, but you're gonna be the missiles.
Stone
And you're
that
gonna
ass.
get your ass, man. You know?
Back you up on that. This is Isaiah 47 and 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust.
Hey, bro, grab that Nate on. Wait, grab Nate on.
It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. It says, take the millstones and grind meal.
Right, because they was tender and delicate when they was the saviors of the earth, man.
Yeah.
When they was fighting, beating up Hitler and shit. They was entering World War I trying to save the earth.
Right,
That's when
right.
everybody commended America. But
Yeah.
now that they see, you know, really America is just a bitch for you small hats, man.
Right. Yeah.
And they really they never really was trying to save the earth. They had an agenda
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
time.
it's
Those
always an
three
agenda.
world, when you go into the Albert Pike's plan of the 3 world
Yeah,
wars,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
all set up from the czars of Russia to the fucking collapsing of the Federal Reserve into the what is it, the Great Depression and World War II.
Yeah.
Everything was already set up to get those small hats closer to the land,
Get
man.
in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They got documents going back to the 1800s of Zionism,
Yep.
all the way in establishing that, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
So the world wars were planned, man. You know,
Yeah.
when they came over here to establish the Federal Reserve, that's when shit really hit the fan. They're like, okay, well, we're going to, because they already knew the establishment of the Federal Reserve, it was going to put America on a credit-based system. Because with a credit-based system, you could never get out of debt with that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was all set up to bring in a chip. So it's been a prophecy for going over, actually going back to 2,000 years. But since this man has been in power, that's been their plan. Everything up to that point, up until now, was set up for this very time. It ain't just get like this by coincidence. No, these people were led and they were deceived into living this lifestyle.
That's why I said when he read it, it says there is no throne,
Yeah.
because really the throne belongs to King David, earthly kingdom. You're sitting on it, but that's not your throne. You're a fugitive.
That ain't you, bro.
Solomon. Because the Lord
Solomon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Solomon, which Yahweh shot, because the scriptures say that his throne will be
You got the heavenly kingdom, and you got the earthly one that comes, like, gonna basically merge together when the Lord gets back. But the earth will never belong to you, man, ever. You know, you are always a fugitive, man. Okay.
I got that quote. You know, you referenced Albert Pike. The third war is playing out just how these small hats ultimately wanted it to play out, which really the Lord. All right, but it says it quotes, a third world war will occur between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world.
Hey, isn't the fucking Iranians, ain't they into Islam? I think they're the Shiite, if I go to Sunni. And I think Saudi Arabia, the Arabs, are more like the Sunni, if I'm not mistaken. I always get it mixed up, but regardless, yeah, they some Allah worship, moon worshippers, man.
Yep.
You know, go ahead.
It says, the third world war will occur between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. It says, meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on the issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion.
Hey, bro, because hey, right now, what's the talk of the world? The economy. The economy, man. When they go to them
Right.
summits and shit, it's all about the economy. What can we do?
Yeah.
And that economy, to solve that economic problem is that one world currency, chip. That everything. That's why they've been talking about CBDCs, man. You know. And, hey, quick precept, Daniel 4:17 to back you up. It says, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High appointed any basis of men, man." So that was all the Lord's plan. That's why these elites got the blueprint, because the Lord gave it to them.
That's right.
It's a script. It's a script within a script, man.
Yep.
You know, it may deviate here and there, but overall, the Bible is going to be what it is.
Right.
Right?
A little bit more on that, Isaiah.
If you got it out.
Isaiah 47, verse 3. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. You know, backing up the brother Uriah's point, man, everybody knows who you small hats are. And even more importantly, who you're not. Right, which is the children of God, man. Everybody sees you exposed for being the devil. Right, that's why Iran calls you little Satan. And they call this place Big Satan, man. Right?
Great
Hey,
Satan.
B.B. Mikowski, he said, you know, he's a devil because he's trying to make us like, you know, we've been friends with Iran. Like, motherfucker, Iran never fuck with you, bro.
Right.
Like, nigga, for one thing, you a bastard son. How does a bastard son get the inheritance from the concubine, bro? Like, make that make sense. That proves that you're not the people. Because who was Amalek's, I think Amalek's mother was, I think, what was she, concubine, yeah.
He's the grandson.
He's the grandson of Esau,
yeah.
which is the head tribe.
Yep.
Basically, Amalek is equivalent to Judah when it comes to the 12 tribes, because Judah's the head tribe, man. No coincidence that they took on the tribe of Judah. Well, we're the Jews. We're the Jews. We're
Yehudi.
Jews. Yehudi. Fuck out of here. Where the lost tribes at?
No,
man?
nigga.
You know? But, you know, going back to the point, fuck, I lost my point, man.
Shame.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, this guy Netanyahu, you know who? He basically went on there and he was basically stating that, like, well, we need to put an end to this regime because they're threatening world peace. No, you're a threat to world peace, man.
Right.
Right.
You're a fucking threat.
Yeah, how you gonna go for peace talks and then when niggas not talking how you want them, you just fucking bomb their ass?
Right.
Where,
And they
where in the
say-
playbook is that? Like,
Yeah, and they said Iran actually has the largest number of small hats outside in the Middle East, outside of Israel, man.
Yeah.
You know, and they actually treat it better there than they are in their own home country, man.
shit, not no more.
Yeah.
After Israel did that attack on Iran, you know, Netanyahu, he went out and pretty much gave like you know, he had a speech, but it was in English, and people was pretty much like, why the hell are you saying it in English? You know, because he mentioned like Tel Aviv today and New York tomorrow, and they pretty much was like, why are you doing the speech in English instead of your native tongue, man?
Right.
Ultimately, because they're the least of the flock that is drawing America out.
Yeah, they're trying to scare you into it.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, BB has changed his name 2 or 3 times. This nigga was born in Philly, man. That nigga was born in Philly and he went to MIT, man.
Damn.
He's the prime minister of there talking about his people, man.
Hey,
Trying to invoke scripture.
He was on the payroll for the CIA too. He used to work for the CIA, I think the CIA or the MI. He used to work for one of them government
Yeah.
agencies, man.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but
Hey.
you know, BB wasn't even his real name.
I got a quick one, man. This is Sirach 8 and 15. It say, travel not by the way with a bold fellow, lest he become grievous unto thee. For he will do according to his own will, and thou shalt perish with him through his folly. And that's just a scripture for Israel and America, man. America is traveling with that bold fellow. These small heads, and they gonna both get their ass obliterated, man.
Hey, he crashing out. He's like crashing out, bro.
Yeah,
He
him boys
losing
a
it.
crash
For real.
out,
He's
man.
losing it.
And that's why Ted Cruz looks so stupid up there tap dancing for him,
Biblically,
man.
Yeah, because the gig is up. The scriptures say how the hidden things of Esau start out. You exposed, man.
That's right.
All right, the whole world knows who you are. You a cult with your pennies down, man.
Right,
All right, you ain't that whole weird Israel. You ain't. Look, for one thing, you give yourself away. And second of all, what proves that is scripture say that the time should be trodden down to the time of the Gentiles.
Yeah.
We ain't been in our land since 70 AD.
Damn.
There's no record of us coming back to the land of Israel, bro.
Right.
Man,
So when the Jews got kicked out, show me a time when the actual Jews came back to Israel.
right.
And 1948 didn't fulfill that prophecy. It says to the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, which is the time now. So clearly the people of that land is not who they claim to be.
that's right.
That's
If any-
clear evidence.
Like, I was gonna say, if anything, 1948 fulfilled Ezekiel 36, where
Yeah.
it tells you that they appointed our land into their possession, man.
Yeah.
Meaning they never belonged to your ass.
Because that was always a fight. You always had Arabs, you always had Hamites there, and I mean you had Edomites that inhabited the land of Jerusalem, even during the time when we was there. Because remember the Herodians.
Yeah.
Herodians were, I believe, they come directly through the lineage of Amalek, bro. So a lot of them married into Jake families and so forth, and a lot of them never left. But when the Romans took over Jerusalem in 70 AD, a lot of them motherfuckers stayed in the land, bro.
Yeah. Well, that land it's very attractive to all nations.
Yeah.
It's really the center of the world. You know? That's why all of these major empires, they never skipped our land. Because it was so central right there on the Mediterranean. The Assyrians took it, the Egyptians took it, the Persians, the Greeks, you know? So you got all of those mixes of the people that trade there. They get on boats, they fly, they trade in Greece, they trade in Africa, they trade in all kind of places.
Yeah, that's the Mediterranean. That's a very lucrative land, bro. It's Mediterranean is a closed system, so that land is defended in wealth is what they're not telling you, man. You know, and since Esau's got over there, resources are dead. Trees don't even grow over there. They have to import. You had what they call a sycamore tree. They got to import trees over there now, man,
Right.
because it's so cursed over there.
Blood soaked.
Yeah. Ain't nothing growing up over there, man. Tel Aviv, Lord is bombing that shit.
Right. Yeah, because the scriptures say there is bears in the land of Israel.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have no fucking bears over there now. It's all desert.
Yeah, because you had a
So where the
wilderness out there.
green at?
Yeah, right.
I had one.
Yeah, you got
Isaiah chapter 14. We're going to start Isaiah 14 and 5. It say the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with the continued stroke. He that ruled the nation in anger is persecuted and none hindered. All right? And that persecution's happening now, man. Hey, this past week, I've been doing, first thing I do when I wake up, I get on the internet and I look for videos of Israel being bombed, man. And that shit is better than getting pussy in the morning, man.
It really is beautiful. to look
Yeah,
at,
that
man.
was.
With them things be coming down, that shit.
And they be scared than the motherfucker. Oh. Hey, man, I love that
alarms, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yup. They got a section on what is it, Twitch?
Yeah,
Called ASMR.
Yeah,
Where you watch people, they just like, it's like therapeutic sound, they doing shit and doing shit like that.
Whispering and shit.
Yeah, that's what it is to watch some missiles come out of the sky and just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
You know?
Bizarre.
big ass missiles too, and they come in fierce, man.
Yeah.
It's like you see them in the sky, but once they get that target, they come in
Boom.
quick on your ass,
Yeah.
man.
And they hitting in the city too. They said at Iron Dome, and I have a week left.
Yeah, the Iron Dome, that shit is a plastic dome, man.
Yeah, America's already shipping more shit over there because they got to. You know?
There's too many for them to keep up with, man. And some of those strikes are hitting key parts of those missile defense systems. It's getting taken out left and right. So
Yeah.
it's becoming weaker and weaker and weaker. To the point now, you're not even gonna see anything intercepting shit. It's just gonna hit.
One of them hit the Mossad building this week.
Yeah.
But it say, Isaiah 14:5, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in prayer with a continual stroke. He that rules the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. It say the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. This is
Brothers, man, we're happy, man. Because last October we got teased a little bit. We was waiting for some shit to happen. We thought it was gonna, and now here it is, man. We actually physically seeing them shits. They playing jazz music in Lebanon to that shit and kicking it and partying.
Yeah, while missiles are flying over.
Right, yeah, I saw that.
That
Shit
was-
was funny,
he was
man.
turning up people. He was
They hate you motherfuckers, man. People hate you, man. That's why I'm gonna read it in a second. But when they get ready to go in that land, they say it's like a wild boar, man. That's how much hatred they got for you people, man. But see, they know what you've been up to, man. It's these stupid ass Americans walking around here. They just watch Suits and Anderson Cooper on the fucking news, and they just believe the shit, man. But they know what y'all are up to, man. They know who you are. See?
They know that they're responsible for world. The reason why the world is so miserable is because the motherfuckers in Israel, man. Would y'all support Israel? Y'all support Israel? Why you support them? Why? Because the news, because America tell you to. A lot of friends. See, that's the definition of a beyond-head America, man. They don't even know that they're supporting a mass genocidal, homicidal maniac, man. Psycho. Yeah, the dude, bro, Beavis Bukowski, whenever you ever saw him smile,
Not ever,
nigga
bro.
always got that skull on his face. I'm like, this is an evil nigga right there, man.
I saw him smile one time when Trump agreed to give him some weapons.
Yeah.
He was sitting right next to him with that smirk on his face. Man, that's Gargamel, man.
Yeah,
You know, the Smurfs.
yeah.
He
Damn.
running around trying to eat. That nigga's got a look at that nigga eyes, man. That's a demon.
He's a demon. He's a heathen.
kill some niggas.
Yeah, he's a bloody man, man.
bloody.
This dude literally, he destroyed, like, all right, let's just say, right, now we're outside, right? Now, you have bugs on the concrete. You don't need to kill a bug because they're in their habitat, right?
Yeah.
But you just go and step on it just
Right.
because
You got
to kill
With
something,
the
man.
magnifying
Got you,
glass,
man.
burn them
Like if I see a fucking mouse run past us, I'm not finna go and try to kill a mouse. He's outside. Let him do what he do.
Right.
Just don't crawl in my shit. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's the spirit, man. I was out driving earlier and it was like a bird in the middle of the street and it was moving all slow. So I'm like, oh shit, now, I swerved out the
You
way.
try to avoid it.
And in my mind, I'm like, if that was Esau, he literally would have swerved and hit the bird.
that
man.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Literally, bro, like,
They be hitting them squirrels on purpose.
literally.
Bro, they got like, I don't know, Navitor, they got active turtles out here. I remember when I was working for this place, man, and we was on the highway, we was doing like some bread shit, man, and it was like a big ass turtle shell and it was cracked, man. Like a big turtle. You could tell that somebody deliberately ran a damn turtle road, bro.
Wow.
Because you know sometimes they cross the roads out there, like it's all types of wildlife out here. And Esau probably one of his pickup trucks ran over a fucking. You know how fast you got to be going to crack a turtle shell, bro?
Yeah,
And this was the turtle had to be every big as a fucking like he was. The shell was probably bigger than his Bible, man. And somebody ran it over.
I done pulled over twice to help move one out the way.
Yeah, the big
Like,
motherfucker.
It was 2 weeks ago. There was a snapper. He was probably about this big. Got out, just threw the shirt over him, just slid his ass on out the way.
Yeah.
Man. I hit a squirrel a couple times, man. Every time, man, you feel I kind of fucked up for like a couple days.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, damn, bro.
I remember I accidentally killed the bird, man. When I was a kid, I felt so bad. My friend, like, ooh, he told me, he said, you going to hell. I was so bad, man. I was so scared, man.
Like, I don't want to hear it.
I was like, man, I was probably like 8 years old because we was throwing rocks and shit in these little holes, and a baby bird, he just sprung up, and I ended up catching him right in the neck and killed it, man.
Yeah.
My friend was like, oh, you killed a baby, you going to hell. First thing, I was 8 years old, I looked up in the sky, I said, I was broken, man.
Yeah.
I was scared, man. I was like, damn, God gonna get me.
Yeah, that's how you supposed to be, man. But this nigga ruling the earth, he's the devil, man. Because really, after World War II, when he dropped them nukes on Japan, man, the whole world was shook. That was the height of your power. You could have just established peace in the earth after that. But did he establish peace and trade? What did he do?
Kept fucking with
Immediately went back to war, man. You had the Vietnam War, the Korean War. You had the wars in the Middle East. You had the Gulf Wars, Afghan wars.
Yep.
Oh, and they said that it's dangerous too, bro, because they was like, for one thing, they don't have enough reconnaissance on the terrain of Iran. So they say even if America did go in Iran, it'd be be a suicide mission because they don't know
Yeah.
the terrain.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why they got fucked up in Iraq,
They
bro.
never
'cause
been conquered.
it's
Iran.
hills and all types of shit out there, bro. Iran is huge, bro.
Yeah.
That's why they lost Vietnam, Iraq. It's gonna be way worse in Iran because they
Afghanistan.
their military a little bit
There's
stronger.
a lot of caves out there too.
Yep.
And that's the spirit because the Greeks never fully took over the entirety of Persia.
Yeah, they
You
couldn't.
know, they got a portion. They beat the armies, but they never were able to get all the way and take that land. That's why it's so old.
They was afraid.
That's why they still know they're the Persians today. And the other nations, they kind of don't really know their biblical identity.
I got that precept in Nahum, Nicole.
Yeah, bring that out and go hit that second address, and I'm gonna finish this article. Go ahead.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. The noise of a whip and the noise of rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude of slain.
Yep, that's gonna be the death, man, because the scriptures say that the death should be as dung here, man.
That's right. And what are some of the lies and robbery here, man? Ted Cruz talking about, yeah, we give them 3.8 million a year, and God commanded us to defend them because it's a Christian thing to do. Yeah, those are lies and that's a robbery, man. They're taking money from you to go drag you into a war where you're gonna spend trillions, man.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And that ain't in the Bible. Wait a minute, man. The scriptures say that. One thing, the Lord never said that we was gonna be a protected class in the end. If anything, the scriptures say we are as prey and none said to restore.
Right.
All right. Now, when you go into Numbers, the 24th chapter, it says anybody that cursed these people will be cursed because Balaam saw the vision of us in our power and understand that if you ultimately come up against the true Israelites, there will be a problem. But we're in the land of our captivity right now, man. Everybody's been coming up against us.
It wasn't no commandment, okay?
Yeah.
It was a prophecy. It was telling you, if you curse these people, that's what's gonna happen to you. And if you bless them, that's what's gonna happen to you. Just like Moses told us. He said, I said before you life or death, choose life.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have to worry about that in the kingdom because we're gonna have it in us. But y'all, we're gonna give you the option.
And the Lord said we're gonna get fucked up. The Lord gave the heathens permission to fuck us up, man, because
Right.
what was going on.
Yeah.
He said, fuck them up. I don't care.
Right.
But the Lord never commanded no heathen to bless or curse her. He told them what would happen, you know, if you did or you didn't, you know. So this nigga trying to bring out scriptures, he ain't even read it. This nigga took a Carlson and say, where is it in the Bible? He's like, I don't know it all,
I don't know
man.
right now. Tucker knew where it's at. He
Bro, I
said that
can't
shit
wait
is
to
in
see
Genesis.
Yeah.
But that's
It's
but
social
that's
media, really.
but that shows the hypocrisy, man. Here they are supporting all these
Come outside, put on booty shorts.
They take a fucking picture and then they have a bunch of simps that like that shit. And that gives these depressed assholes fucking validation, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the line now, so you know what I'm saying? You know, at the camp, you know, it may be different. But we gonna call a spade, man. That's why these people gonna be destroyed. Read that again.
It says, the horsemen lifted up both
Stand right by
the
us,
bright
like,
sword
get your ass out of here.
and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude of the slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. Because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts.
It's a death trap, man. All you people want to come to America to, take part of your liberties and your freedoms. You think it's such a fun, jolly place until the American government enforces a draft, man. He takes away P month, man. He takes away Juneteenth, man. He's gonna take away all this fucking fun and mirth and drinking. You know what I'm saying? Take pictures and pop your pussy and shake your ass. And he gonna put a fucking gun in your hand and say, you better go die for them small heads, man.
Right. That's good you just mentioned that, bro, because these people getting ready to get dropped. They gonna get dropped.
Yeah, well, that's happening. Like probably this month.
Yeah, because over there in IDF, the women fighting the IDF.
Yeah. Bro, remember when back in
G.I. Jane.
Ukraine, when they invaded Ukraine back in 2022, when they put it in, they was grabbing motherfuckers up against their will.
Yeah,
Grab
yeah,
motherfuckers 60 years old, they grab up. Hey.
Mark Vance.
Yeah.
They was grabbing autistic niggas. They was grabbing, putting them on the bus, man. Get your ass over there and fight.
Got that nigga radio in there.
Yeah, radio.
Radio. Hey, you know what? You YNs, hey, Esau, man. That's your fighting
Yeah,
force.
get
These
them
niggas
YNs.
running around with
Easy,
switches
please.
and Hellcats, with Pooh Shiesties, man. Grab all them up, man.
Yeah, give them niggas something to do.
that go your fighting. That go because they're full of they're full of aggression. They're full of estrogen. You know what I'm saying? They full of emotions. Hey, the only thing they do is fight. Go ahead and grab up the YNs, man. That'd be your best bet. Grab up the YNs and grab these women up, man. Since they want to be men so bad, grab these women up and send they fucking ass to war, man.
That's right.
I guarantee you're gonna need a man in that day.
That's
Bunch
right.
of damn demons, man.
Hey, you know, and his brother was bringing out in Nahum, right before it mentioned the multitude of slain, it pretty much described the rumble and bustle of society, man. You know what I'm saying? All that downtown life, going out to the mall. Hey, the malls are dead, man.
Yeah.
Going to the mall, hey, the malls is pretty much emptied out. Yeah, man, like you go to the mall, that shit's pretty much deaded out, man. You know, all the shops is closing down, stores are closing down,
Yep.
right? And that's what it said right before it mentioned the multitude of slain. So we seeing a quick decline of this shit, man.
Yep.
And what's next? Hey, like the brother said, man, you people gonna get drafted up. Because that's the next phase, man. Scripture says it's a time and a season for everything, man.
God.
And we're in a time of war.
Yep.
Hey, you people the only ones that don't fucking see it.
Yeah. That's right.
Somebody want to grab that precept, that mighty mention of time before. Yeah, because that draft is going to come in a big way, man. You're going to start. Hey, they already sent out the letters a couple months ago.
Wait,
Remember,
what?
they was putting videos out on Instagram. They were saying, hey, we got a letter.
Oh.
We got a letter for the draft that's coming up. Selective service, that's what it was. They were sending that out.
Yeah, they
So why is that?
Yeah, they're automatically registering people in selective service now, man.
Yeah.
So they're gonna drive women, they're gonna drive men. I started 12 years old, man.
Yep.
These little young, these young niggas, grab them up and send their ass to fucking war, man. Grab these fucking women too, man.
All they doing is breaking their kids now.
Yeah, breaking the
Right.
kid, yeah,
Right.
breaking the kids,
Because
the switches.
Because the men in the military don't even want to be in there. So you already know you're gonna have to draft people that ain't in there already. And enforce them.
Look at this shit. Fucking cell phone. Bitch, get off your phone and pay attention.
No man around the building, bro. It's like, one thing your man would do, but like,
Yeah, but it's
you
like,
out by yourself, just walking, it's just,
and it fails to say, bro, it's so wild because they be on the highway, they be driving like the car, and they be doing this. I'm like, just pick the phone up and call somebody. Or you have a talk to text feature when you can do a voice recording while you're driving. It's easy. You can say what you want to say and it'll be more accurate. But instead, they'll be on the phone texting, and then before you know it, you got a fucking hour jam-packed highway because somebody got into a wreck because you were texting and driving, man.
Right.
And then it always be these stupid fucking women. It's always a woman, man. And she screaming, victim, well, he hit me. No, you was on your phone. Stupid ass people.
You can't even go out and enjoy the scenery, man. You got the riverfront. You're not walking around looking at that. They go to link up. They sit at a table, and they at the round table. They all like this.
Yeah, there's no communication.
And then they start, and then they do this, and they go right back to this.
yeah, they farming attention. They go outside, they wear booty shorts to get real life attention. While they looking at the ones they posted already online.
And I blame you weak ass men for that, man.
Yeah.
You weak ass men.
Yeah.
You simps. You're the problem. You're the reason why this shit is the way it is, man. And when hell a hood rat should be getting fucking validation off you, man. And when hell you should be paying hood rats for shit, man.
Right.
Paying for fucking for body pictures and shit. Niggas buying work for dirty bro. Bro, chicks are charging niggas in the DM for responses.
Bro, it's worse than that, bro. I seen a video, this nigga was paying this bitch to lick the bottom of her dirty ass
Oh,
up.
shoot, in the car, yeah.
This bitch probably stepped on all types of shit, cigarette buds.
It's like you could at least took the shoe off, nigga.
Like, you see the ones of the Lord that don't kill these simps, them niggas, they gonna be spirits of vengeance. The ones the Lord don't kill immediately, they gonna flip on a lot of you hoes, man. These niggas got these weird ass fetishes. Niggas gonna chop your foot off one at a time and
Yeah,
Sex stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, because these hoes are down out bad, man. Then it got to the point to where now these fucking OnlyFans hoes get on Snapchat, randomly hitting up men, saying, hey, come on my page, you know, follow my only, just strangers, man.
Yeah, they are. Like, nah, I got the AI subscription, baby. I'm
They
good.
desperate.
AI finna replace black women, yeah.
They desperate. You got that?
Yeah, I got this for y'all. So called for 2nd Ezra 16:33. It says, the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine.
Right. right? So they're not only they're gonna die in the war for being drafted, they'll die even not going over there because there's gonna be people on U.S. soil this time.
Yeah.
There's gonna be attacks here. You're gonna have watch the new version of Red Dawn, and they show when Korea came over here. It's gonna be a bunch of different countries that they don't even need to parachute in. They're already fucking here. So you got war going over there in the Middle East. You're gonna have war in the United States. You're gonna have different militias that have invaded, and they'll be shooting niggas over here. And then on top of that, everybody's gonna be dying from starvation. So the number of men is about to be plummeted down low.
It's gonna be like a world war here.
God.
That's wild, bro. Because like Esau, he's really playing with people's lives, man. Because like the fact about he let people over here to create the very chaos he's trying to allegedly save people from, to get people all in a mental frenzy, man. The Iranians that they're talking about, because y'all saw that post when the Iranian general was like, well, look, we need to start attacking them. That was all some psyop shit, man. Because they got Iranians over here already on standby, and guess who let them over here? The United States government.
Right.
They are all connected. It's wild, man.
Niggas came from Mexico. Hey, they showed you that in them new Call of Duty games. In the new Call of Duty game, you got to go to Mexico to stop a Arab terrorist organization from coming to America. And they come on, man. Why you think they trying to shut down the border? It ain't just because of Northern Kingdom, because too much shit getting in, man.
Right. But have you ever thought about it, man? The FBI say, yeah, we got intel of sleeper cells in Kansas City. If y'all know it, why haven't y'all arrested them?
They know. They
the
know. They
technology they got,
go
bro.
shoot. Like you got the ability. They know where they at. They used to brief us where they at all the time. Say there's sleeper cells here. They showed us the spots around Kansas City where they at.
So they know.
So they know. But yet y'all ain't gunned them down or locked them up. So that means they want them to do some shit, man.
This nigga can see an ant from a satellite all the way down, man. You know, he don't know where the sleeper cells at, bro. Come on, man.
Y'all go after niggas for less. We know y'all can do it.
They go out the niggas for they go out the niggas for expired tags, bro.
Right.
You tell me somebody's ready to blow up your goddamn city and let it go. Go ahead,
This is Joel chapter 2, verses 28. And this shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old man shall dream dreams, your young man shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. All right? And this is why, brothers have also been doing lessons on people having these visions, man.
Yeah.
People saying that they've seen, chaos in America happen, man.
Yeah.
They've seen nuclear missiles drop down on America, man. So it's not just us. I mean, obviously we the main ones talking about it because we the prophets, but you got people who don't have the knowledge of the scriptures as we have that's seeing these things, man. That have that, oh shit, something about to happen feeling, man. You see, you gotta be a fucking idiot not to be on your toes right now, man. If you went to a fucking Juneteenth cookout and drunk Hennessy and you smash some hood rat bitch, you think it's a good day, you're in the fucking snare, man. This place is about to get towed up from the flow up, man. And it could be happening within the next coming weeks. You don't know.
Right. Yours will.
Yours will, brother.
Remember that movie you saw back in the end of 2023? Leave the world behind, man. They just thought it was a day like today. Like we going on vacation and
Summer vacation.
niggas never came back.
So the destruction. How fast it can happen too, because what's got to happen is it's MOTV. And it's completely justified because if they have a 9/11 style event that happens in the United States, Trump is going to invoke what he said. He wants a biometric entry exit visa tracking system. So if there's sleeper cells here that did something, he's completely justifying saying, hey, look, we implementing this right now. Everybody go get this shit so we can protect our borders and stop this shit from happening. We need to know who's coming in and out. And also, they got the epidemic stuff that happened. We need to make sure nobody else is getting sick. So we need this device as well.
They talk about another video. Matter of fact, quick reset to back you up. There's Job 18, and you got it, bro. Job 18, and I'm gonna start at verses 10. It says, "A snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way, and terrors should make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet." Man,
Yep.
terrorists, man.
Because why does it say that? Because you walk around, these people are laid down, man.
Yeah.
They're not afraid. They're on the brink of World War III. These bitches are still walking around the loop, man.
Right.
But when the power goes out, like brother said, when the internet goes out, that's gonna be a wake-up call. When the power goes out, all of that, then they're gonna rise up. Then sheer terror is gonna take hold of them, man.
Right. Did y'all see the spirit of this place change in 9/11?
Oh,
It literally took overnight.
Just like that, bro.
Just like that, bro.
And it only hit New York, bro.
Yeah.
Just one thing.
That's one city. This time it's gonna be a lot of cities.
I was in high school. I think I was in my first year, maybe second year. I don't know, but I remember they was out passing out Bibles and shit by the American flag. I was like, y'all gotta go quick.
I was in 10th grade, man. I remember, bro, like that nigga, they rolled the TV out in the classroom.
roll, yeah.
So that nigga Bush, that nigga was on television. He came and whispered in his ear. Shit, yeah, boy. You know who did it? It was Amalek, man. He been setting it up the whole goddamn time, man, for this, man. You know? This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, starting at verse 27. For now are the plagues upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. The Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him.
Yeah, the plagues will come upon the whole earth. The plagues of pestilence, famines. Cause they talking about hey, low key. Food is getting scarce, man. Hey, food ain't popping like they got what they called they got something that's called shit, man. It's on the tip of my tongue. They rotation of stock. So what happens is sometimes they may have like extra and they'll send it to a different store. But a lot of the shit they got on the shelves is deception. They'll just push it to the front and make it look like they got a whole back shelf of shit, but they ain't got nothing sitting on the dock in the back, man.
Right.
And then trucks ain't coming up, you know, like trucks are not on schedule. They give maybe 3 or 4 pallets at a time. The famine is being manufactured right before our eyes, man.
Yep. That's right, man.
Bro, like, why in the hell you paying $18 for 6 chicken wings?
Yeah. Bro, that's wild, man.
I'm still trying to figure that out. Chicken is some of the cheapest protein you can get.
Bro.
And you're paying $20 for 6 bitch ass wings, man. That don't even fill you
It's
up.
the most plentiful protein too, man. Like chickens grow themselves, man.
Yeah. A chicken is not a rare animal, bro. That's like chicken is.
Yeah, 'cause you should be able to go out, get some food, and get drunk for $40.
Bro, I
You
knew they.
can't do none of that for
Bro,
$40.
When we went to Chicago last year, when I went to Harold's Chicken and the 6-piece was $10.35, I said, "Are you serious?" I remember paying $3.98 for a 6-piece whipped mouth sauce and fries from Harold's Chicken.
Damn.
6 pieces now, $11 fucking dollars, man.
Yep.
That ain't counting if you go 10 to 3 to lunch hours. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. you may get you a 2-piece dark with a fry for like $6.99, man. But nah, that shit run you $15, man, for some bullshit ass chicken.
Out of control.
Wow, man. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we got some sliders the other day, steak sliders, 2 little stuffed sliders, man. That shit was fucking legendary, $30.
And Kansas City is known for that shit. Kansas City is known for overpriced.
People up now. They know that shit don't cost that much, man. How the fuck did the price of bread grow up? Go that fucking high up.
Bro, why you paying $13 for a hamburger and a fry, bro? $13, the average hamburger and fries, bro, is $13, bro.
And it's even a cheap shit too, like McDonald's, man. McDonald's supposed to be the cheapest bullshit you can buy, man. And they say their prices since 2014 have doubled, man.
Wow.
Doubled, man.
That's what
Big Mac was $5 back then. It's $10 and whatever that shitty is now.
Yeah, hey man, a lot of bitches gon' pop pussy for food, man. Those times are coming.
Yep. Absolutely.
You sure ain't getting no money out of me, bitch.
What you gonna do for these burgers and fries?
50 cents.
Yeah, they doing a national ban, a national boycott on McDonald's next week.
Oh, real?
Yeah, supposedly, but you know these people here, they ain't gonna hear.
Boycotting for it. They probably boycotting the price, not the poison they put in it.
Maybe they boycott the fucking like if it was real food, then it may be worth the price, but it ain't fucking real food.
You ain't supposed to be able to leave a hamburger for 10 years and it still look the same when you come back.
Yeah,
You know?
ain't no way in hell, bro. Like, ain't no way in hell. That shit is 98% chemicals, man.
Yes.
40 ingredients in a fucking bun, bro. It should be bread, water, and yeast, man.
And the shit tastes fucking good sometimes, man. That's the fucked up part about it.
It's witchcraft.
Smell even better. That's why they use it.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 28. It says, "Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth."
I mean, they gonna come with fierceness, man, because, hey, the armies, man, hey, they ready. They ready to lock horns with you devils. Hey, the Saudis don't fuck with you Americans like that, man. But we found out that the head of the Saudis family, they're Amalekites, man. the head Saudi family that Esau's in bed, those are Amalekites, man.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, they all,
MBS.
Yeah. Like the people that's over the Taj Mahal, those are all Amalek, man. Like the crypt, like fucking Zelensky, crypto Jew, man. They all Amalekites. The nigga, the president of Mexico, they all
yeah.
Amalekites, man.
Yeah. See a chick.
Yeah.
Before him too, Amlo.
The dude that, the chick over the fucking CDC, you know, they all Amalekites, man.
Yep. Klaus Schwab,
Yeah.
all of them guys.
Like, who y'all think own this shit? Amalek own all that, man.
Yeah, Kansas City's a heavy Amalek.
Yeah, Amalek is heavy out here, man. That's why you can't go in Leawood, Kansas, man, at a certain time. That's a gated city, bro.
Right.
I seen some of the cold, dopest cribs in existence right in Leawood, Kansas, man. You got professional ball players that live over here, man.
Oh, Lake Lotawana, man.
Yeah.
The other day I was in the parking lot, a whole fucking matte purple Lamborghini just popped there. Just sitting there, man.
Yeah.
Money. They had mega mansions right on the goddamn lake.
There's a lot of old money out here, bro. In Kansas and
Yeah.
Missouri, it's a lot of money out here, man.
You know the Hunt family that own the Chiefs. Boy, they got some fucking money.
Oh, well, yeah.
They
Hunt-
basically started the NFL. The history behind the fucking Chiefs.
Well, did you know that they was in tandem with the NOI, the Nation of Islam, the head Hunt? I forgot JB Hunt or something, JL Hunt. He was an informant that was doing backdoor deals that funded the whole Nation of Islam movement. The niggas, the whole civil, they funded all that shit.
Wow.
It's a lot of shit out of Kansas.
That's
The
crazy,
NFL
ain't
was
it?
basically created by Kansas City, man. A lot of people don't know that history. That's why you got a Lamar Hunt trophy, man,
Yeah.
for the Super Bowl.
But his grandfather funded the Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's
Wow,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah.
You go down, I looked at parts of Lee Summit out here, bro. Boy, they own a lot. There's some shit out there, man. I saw all white Lamborghinis just pull out on me. You know,
The farmland out there, bro, they got, the farms and shit, they got a private owned wine distillery out there,
Yeah,
bro.
because Jake don't know about that. They gonna be trying to loot truce. They gonna go to the plaza. They gonna, but
War
they got a lot of
Parkway.
shit. Oh, yeah.
Look at this shit.
Oh wow, that's mean as fuck. Boy.
That's
Donatello right there, right there.
I remember I seen a lime green Dodge Viper pull out. I said, God damn,
I've
boy.
seen the white one in a minute.
I always wanted one.
This is a quick one. Psalms 37:16. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. All right, because all these riches of these Edomites is about to be taken away, man. They're not going to be in a position to pass that down. You know,
Right.
These Edomites, they've been able to live off this generational wealth. You know, you grow up having inheritance, get all passed down. That's why we want this World War III to happen, because after this, it's cutoff time, man.
Yeah.
It's cutoff time.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't the scripture say, be not envious at the wicked, at the prosperity of the wicked? I mean, you know, because when you look at these devils, man, they flow in wealth, man, but it's all stolen.
Right.
It's all stolen. It's all inherited by slave labor, man. You know, because this world really belongs to Jake, man.
Yep.
If anything, Jake should own Babylon because we built it up with our blood, sweat, and tears, man.
That's right.
Yeah, it was a spirit the brother mentioned that, man, because, you know, when they're, brothers was bringing out these accounts of all of this wealth that these people got, and I was low-key getting vexed in the spirit, man, because all of those riches you got, you about to lose it all, man. You know, and I got a quick precept. This is 2 Ezra 16:45. It says, and therefore they that labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives. For in captivity and famine they shall get children. It says, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, and their possessions in their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sins, saith the Lord. See that? That's what I was meditating on when the brothers was mentioning that, because all of this devil got is through theft, man.
Yeah.
Through theft and through deceitful fucking means off the backs of the Israelites. So the more that you fancy yourself, purple Lamborghinis and shit, you know, mega mansions,
Lake house.
lake houses and shit, the more the Lord is angry with you, man. And he's gonna allow these strangers, these foreign troops, to run through your fucking shit and take everything you people have,
They
man.
ain't niggas.
That's enough.
Yeah, and these fucking niggas.
I might be one of them.
Shit, right? We might inhabit them
They
shit.
said, I don't believe it was something.
Hey, y'all remember when we was in the Ozarks? You remember when we stayed in that nice the fucking lake house across the lake? That motherfucker had about 15 bedrooms in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw that.
That
Them
shit-
motherfuckers set up on the water, too.
Yeah. And the crazy part about it is that's just like a summertime house. They don't even live there year round.
Bro,
You
Right,
keep the
yeah.
lights on in that?
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, I'm fighting everything. My bill's so high, and this thing got a whole fucking crib on the lake. Ain't even worried about it.
Right.
Yeah, write that shit off on taxes.
And then the fucked up part, you got all these homeless people out here, man. Homeless vets.
Yeah, right.
And then this motherfucker gets to live life, man. And you got homeless people that have fought for your country through, man.
Right. They say they got 4 million empty homes in America, man. 4 million empty homes, bro.
Gotta curb the homeless right there.
Yeah, but they're on sale. They want to sell them. They ain't gonna let nobody live there.
And they still building though.
They still building. Yeah.
Brand new homes, whole communities just sitting there for sale, empty as fuck
Empty.
Yeah.
for the past year. I done seen on
Yeah.
housing market on Zillow, brand new homes sitting there, still for sale after a whole year.
Yeah, where this brother used to stay, it's fucking all kind of houses.
They
that's
building
getting-
that shit up.
I remember when none out there, bro. I remember when I used to date a shorty. She used to work out there. I used to drop off for work out there, man. Like every day. And all that shit they built up out, wasn't none of that there. They broke ground on it. But even a place, I think the place that you moved from, bro, I think they just may have put those up. They may have been there since like 2017.
Yeah, they said that mine was 2017 fire ordinance out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So when I was going out there, they were just breaking them. They were just putting them up. They weren't
Yeah.
even done yet.
Yeah, and it's so much so they're building 69 out. They're expanding all of Highway 69 because they're building up so much out there, man.
Cutting down nature just to build fucking.
They got money out there, man. But the strangers are gonna take that, man.
Rents, man.
You
That's
know?
why scriptures say their inner thought is that their houses shall live.
Because Esau, you did too much, man. You took all of this fucking land. You
Did
can't
too much.
only develop what 10% of America. You know, you only develop 10% of this shit. You couldn't even rename all of the land. Most of the names are still Gadite.
Yeah,
Kansas,
right.
you know?
Racing, Kansas.
Illinois, those all Gadite names, man.
That's how much land
Florida.
you took, man. You know, but you gonna vomit all of it up, man. You know.
Devil, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Psalm.
The spirit's still on that second edge, or will it be off?
It says, verse 26. Salakia.
You was at 30.
Verse 29.
Yep.
It says, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. You see? So there's going to be, these troops are scared now. Wait until they hear these Carmanians, these Arab nations roaring across the Euphrates, man, which will happen. And it says, also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, man.
Terrorist
And that,
attacks.
yeah, and that's where Amalek is, man. They installed the ISIS theater to run Lebanon and Syria, man.
Yeah.
You know. So this thing is getting ready to happen, man.
Yeah, God. It's a unification of these nations against the wicked, man. The same way Psalms 83 says all these different nations were confederate against the Israelites. Guess what? All these nations are being confederate against Esau.
Yeah.
Now we're realizing who the devil is in this earth, man. We've been telling you this for years, but the world is seeing it. The political leaders are seeing it.
Right.
And they coming up with the extermination plan, man. All right? Them nuclear missiles is fucking ready.
Yeah.
And you Americans, you ain't got nothing to deter a hypersonic missile, man.
Right.
So if Putin pushed that button, it's a wrap, bro. You got 30 minutes to get your ass right, snort whatever coke you gonna get, fuck your bitch one last time, cause you gonna get toasted, man.
That's right. Because these nations, they have a gold digger spirit on them. You know, they don't really like Esau, but they like what he got. You see, just like a gold digging woman, she'll sleep with an 85-year-old man. You bet you be 19.
Yeah.
She'll be blowing an 85-year-old man because he got money. That's Esau, man. They don't really like you. When you read Revelation 18, the nations, they're crying out in mourning because of the riches you were giving them, man. But it ain't because you're a righteous ruler. You know, the earth is ready for your ass to be locked up in shackles, man.
Right. And when we say the earth, we ain't just speaking of humans, man.
Yeah.
Plants, animals, trees,
Yeah.
everybody, man.
That's right.
Yeah, I got that precept. This is Romans 8:22. It says, for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves grown within ourselves waiting for the adoption to wit the redemption of our body. All right, but the point being is that all of creation, man, because we was mentioning squirrels and birds and ants and everything earlier. Hey, even the trees, man. When you read Isaiah 14, it tells you that the box trees are going to rejoice, saying no fella has come up against us since your bitch ass is being laid down, man.
That's right.
Okay, because you the curse that's literally going through the earth, just fucking everything up.
Yeah.
You know, brothers mentioned you put 2 male trees next to each other, man. 2 female, bro,
but
this
he
is the
don't
reason why the Lord has to fucking destroy you, man.
That's right, man. Because he don't just destroy things. He leaves nothing else will grow after it either. Like he'll make some shit that'll just be permanent.
Yeah,
Man.
toxic wasteland.
Yeah, like how did you make a plastic that just stays forever? There's no shelf life. Shit will just be in the air forever.
Plastics and shit.
You know, it's one thing to just destroy the trees, but you making shit that you ain't never gonna be able to live here.
Irreversible chemicals, man.
Yeah.
Forever chemicals, man. Same thing with with the punch. He created a system that's literally turning people's immune system against them, man. You want to check that shit, you can't get that shit out your body, man.
Right. That's why you gotta go, man. Because you literally will. This shit will be irreversible damage done if you let this nigga go.
Bro, you know the metals that's in them fucking shots, man? The metals?
Oh, man.
Killing people, man. That's why these, look at this guy, man. They come from forever chemicals, man.
Yeah, that's why people built like that.
Estrogen, man. This dude is built like a fucking dumpster truck, bro.
Right.
Dope boy ass.
Yeah. And no, man, that's estrogen right there.
Right.
You ain't supposed to be built like that as a man, man.
Yeah. This Jeremiah 50:9.
Wow.
For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. It say, and Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoice, O destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as a heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. You see, this place is grown fat, man. That's why I say in Isaiah 34, the Lord has a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Right.
All right, and when he describes the bulls and the horns and the bullocks, that's speaking of you people, man.
Yeah, right.
So the brother just sold the purple Lamborghini guy, all you motherfuckers with a lake house, all you Edomites with a retirement plan, pension. This is where you gonna get all your shit toasted, man.
Right.
It say, I'm gonna drop down. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 13, because of the wrath of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Yep. That's proof right there. The whole creation, they're tired of you, man. Even these wicked heathen.
And that's the spirit, bro. You mentioned that because if you look at that sign, it says, they give you a history of where we at. It says moving Indians, trappers, and traders, man. On that sign right there, you can see it.
Yeah.
Because this whole land was Gadite, like this river right here. This was basically like a lot of slaves and so forth. A lot of them were transported through this area of Missouri and took it up to the old Westport to be auctioned off, man. All this shit was like plantation at a point in time. Because this river here separates North Kansas City from South Kansas City. So when you go across the river, technically you're north. So we're on the south end of it now, man. But you know how many Gadites have died? How many Negroes have been lynched, man?
Yeah.
They just found like a 58-year-old man lynched in like Albany, New York, or some shit like that, man.
Wow.
You know? So the hatred is coming back for these damn devils, man. Like the brother said, the Most High is getting ready to take you fucking devils out, and you gotta pay for everything you did, man. Okay, you so-called, you Edomites, you so-called white people, you didn't get this land because you were just so just and pristine. You stole it, man. You stole it. All your wealth, you stole it. Your CEO, your corporations, that shit is all stolen, man. Like this guy, Alex Karp, he ain't just go to college and randomly stumbled upon an application to be a CEO. That nigga was put in place, man. Yeah, same thing with Bill Gates. All these people, they were all put in place, man. Tell me people got college degrees in technology and information technology and AI systems and they fucking broke. homeless, they were put in place, man.
A lot of them built your companies up, man.
Yeah.
You know, Bill Gates, that nigga's not a master coder. That nigga's a businessman.
Yeah, he don't know shit about computer. Ask him how to review the. Ask him to break down Windows XP and some shit going back. He ain't gonna know how to do it, man.
Yeah.
He just a face to a corporation. That's all the fuck Bill Gates is. Nigga probably can't even spell his last name. Fucking pedophile.
Right.
Quick precept, real quick. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 16 and 47. It says, "And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities." Matter of fact, let's go up to 46. It says, "For strangers should reap their fruits and spoil their goods and overthrow their houses." What we were just going into, man. How the heathens are over here, they're gonna take your shit, man. Okay, the Lord is gonna give you Edomites over to the spoil, because the scriptures say, because thou hast spoiled many nations, you should become obedient to these nations, man. You gonna get spoiled. And it says, "And take their children captive, for in captivity and famine should they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons. The more I will be angry with them for their sin, says the Lord," man. So yeah, it's a purging process that's gonna take place on this side of the world, man. And we're seeing it. Because the minute that them sleeper cells get that beck and call, like, look, hey, time is now, cut the power, go in these neighborhoods. Before you know it, you gonna have a foreign military posted right outside your goddamn house, man.
Right.
You ain't gonna have nowhere to go. You ain't gonna have time to get out. They gonna come in, like the scriptures say, like as a flood, man.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
Yeah, the scriptures say, surely they shall build, but I will destroy, I will throw down, man.
That's
Yeah.
the spirit I got on them day.
Because, you know, yeah, how you bring it
Go
up?
read it.
This is Malachi 1 and 4. It says, "Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever."
Ever.
Yeah,
Right.
man, because that's what we see. Like we mentioned, they building this stadium up, trying to build Kansas City up, and you simple as people walking around, they give you a date. Oh, 2030, this should be established.
Yeah,
2035, this should be
Shit ain't
built.
booming.
Fuck your dates, man.
Right. Yeah.
The Lord could come right in the midst of that shit and end this shit before this year's even over with, man. You people are way too invested in this society.
Yeah.
And that's why scriptures say they're going to build. We see them building now. All right, but the Lord is going to destroy all this shit, man. You'll have cranes and shit up, you know, half put together buildings and shit, and the Lord's just going to destroy all of that shit.
Yeah, because on a certain level, they gotta have society built up for the ones that have the chip. All right, the chip gotta be enticing. So you don't want to go out there and live in the woods and wipe your ass with leaves, or having to run through these shootouts to get a meal. No, you want to come and have peace and safety, man. You want to come have a nice drink. Go to your nice loft and then go to a game. Right? That's why a lot of these stadiums, they doing cashless, man. A lot of these other places doing cashless. So they want the people with the chip to have some sort of a life, man. See?
Yeah, because they're trying to build Kansas City into like a major, big-time metropolis like Chicago and shit. Like they're doing a whole lot out here building this shit up.
Yeah, they call it the Paris of the Midwest.
They got a whole Central Park they basically building down by Broadway. They're turning that whole highway section to a big-ass
full
park.
park, yeah.
They done create a whole trolley system that goes from here all the way downtown, man, all the way to Westport, man.
Oh, that streetcar shit.
Yeah, that streetcar, that shit about to be done up here.
Yeah, that shit go
In
to
a minute.
UMKC
Oh, yeah,
now.
they pushing room. Yeah, I remember because I used to work for a company. We did the numbers on it. They taking it all the way to UMKC, out there by the plaza, and I didn't even know they was bringing it up this far. I thought they stopped at the River Market.
I think it connects from River Market up to
Oh, so they actually putting it in here now.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
what
the
that is.
station.
here. Yeah, that's the station.
Yeah. That's what I was saying last week. I'm like, man, they built this shit all the way out. I thought it was a bus stop.
That's the trolley shit. And then they built a bridge, a pedestrian bridge, to go across over the river.
Yeah.
And then building more
They
restaurants
gonna
on
put
the other
restaurants
fucking
on
side.
that bridge right there.
Yeah, the Wyandotte Bridge.
Wait,
So
right
that
here?
bridge down there, it's gonna be a walkway to go.
Yeah,
they're
that
gonna have a
brown
zip
joint,
line
they
going
gonna-
across to ride
what,
across the fucking bridge, man.
And you know what? You homosexual Quentin Lucas, you nigga. All this money you got to build this shit up, but yet people are struggling paying rent. When you gonna help Jake, man? You building all this bullshit up to line your fucking pockets, and you want to get these heathens here for your World Cup. I pray like hell Kansas City don't see that. I pray the
Yeah,
Lord
yeah.
bring. I
Please
pray
don't.
like hell and put curses up on this place,
Don't
man.
bring that shit.
All that money you spend, I pray the Most High don't allow you to see none of that fruition, man.
Right.
Straight up,
Cancel
because
World Cup next year.
yeah, they want to bring the World Cup here. I pray that this shit is occupied and martial law, and I pray a fucking tornado come and wipe all this shit out, man.
Right.
Right.
Well, how about you rebuild back on that? Yeah, you got people. Yeah, you got people struggling to make ends meet, and you want to overprice everybody out to appease his fucking masters, man.
I was just gonna say a lot of this
Fuck yeah.
shit might fail anyway because people just not gonna have it, man.
Nah, they don't
People can't just show up on a Saturday to eat a bunch of overpriced chicken wings no more.
Nope.
Bro,
they ain't got it.
This place is open. Usually a grand opening be crowded for like weeks, months.
They'll plan for like a game on the weekend or something. Like, all right, every weekend and everybody going.
That ain't it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Yeah, we was talking last week because this place was packed, man. So I asked the guy, I'm like, when y'all open up? He said, we just open up today. You know, being a dickhead. And I'm like, y'all got happy hour? He like, nah, I ain't got no happy hour. And in the spirit, I'm like, that's why your business gonna fail.
Yeah.
And now this is the second week your weak ass business, and you ain't really got nobody over there.
He's talking about we got 80 people in a line right now.
Right.
Fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
yeah.
Shut up, man.
That shit ain't gonna
And you
continue.
built all this shit up just to, and it's gonna fail. You know how many places in Kansas City they didn't try to build up restaurants and establishments trying to be different from everybody else, and it failed.
The new it thing.
Yeah,
Well,
like
there's not enough people living out here, and they're moving too fast for people's income to keep up with this shit.
yeah.
Like they done built that fucking casino fast as shit. That
Yeah.
new Bailey's across the way over there,
Yeah.
that shit wasn't always like that. That was an Isle of Capri for a little bit ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Janky joint.
This other shit is called Margaritaville.
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Up by his
Yeah,
crib.
yeah.
See?
They add a lot of shit, but there ain't enough population here that's making enough money to go and enjoy all this shit. So now look at it, it's fucking dead.
Even the people out here now, they on Klarna and Afterpay.
Yeah.
What's the other ones? You know,
Afterpay,
Hey,
Affirm.
fuck your farm.
Farm. Yeah. This shit is over with, man. And they need this, man. You see, they want to attract a certain audience here, like Austin, Texas. That's basically the new Silicon Valley now. You got they all came from California and moved there. That's what Kansas City wants to attract that kind of crowd. But you ain't gonna attract it here, man.
Missed the window. He should have capitalized. I mean, he tried to capitalize on that during the pandemic because a lot of people moved out here during the pandemic.
Yeah.
When a lot of them jobs and shit went under, and a lot of jobs were like, well, you can still work for the company, but you just have to relocate. If you're making $300,000 in California, you can come out here and get a nice ass crib for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they was like, you know what? Well, we got people from Cali, Chicago, New York, Austin, Texas, Dallas coming down here. And now, you know, they raise up the rents and they're pricing the regular people out. And that's gonna hurt you in the long run because those people that you priced out is what built your city in the first place, man.
They used to their income is used to spending a certain way.
Yeah.
They budget and their spending habits are how it used to be.
Right,
They can't keep up with motherfuckers coming from Cali. That's why the housing market here is shot. I was talking to a realtor and she said, yeah, there's a huge migration of people coming from Cali, and they buying up all the homes that's out here.
Destroyed the pricing, man. I read the article. They of bringing the Portland because the Chiefs are doing so well. You know, the Trailblazers. Portland? Yeah. You know, Portland is a shithole now. You know, the Kansas City Chiefs are doing well. They really are forcing this shit, man. That's why it's a demonic spirit on this place, man. But really, the city, it boils down to the people, man. Like the people of Chicago have a certain spirit on them. The people of New York have a certain spirit on them. That's what really gives you staying power. Build up a city, man. But this shit here is vapid, man.
It's a small city trying to be big.
Right.
Like Chicago, they can afford to do it because Chicago, that's how it's established, man.
Right.
You know, and Kansas City is what it's known for, man. Just Kansas City. I mean, it's a decent city, but the spirit here is just off, man. It's suffocating, you know.
Yeah. It don't matter how much money you put into it, man. You give a crackhead $1 million, well, he's gonna be a crackhead again next year.
Yeah, the people here, the spirit don't. The spirit of the people just it's
that's-
outdated. They're outdated as fuck.
That's what Tyrone Biggums did on that Chappelle when that nigga run the Fear Factory. He bought the world's largest piece of crack.
Yeah.
This Psalms 127:1.
Bring out your last precept.
Psalms 127:1. Except the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua built the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. So, hey man, none of this wasn't built in the name of the Lord, man. And none of this was built for righteous purposes. All this shit around us, not just Kansas City, but America in general, was built for the wicked to fulfill their wicked lusts, man.
Exactly.
And this is why the Lord has to destroy it, because none of this promotes life. None of this promotes his people, man. To the point where his own people are buying into this wickedness, man, and it's corrupting you, Jace. So the Lord's gonna clean you up by way of thermonuclear missiles.
Spirit posting up here because even though this shit is wicked, it says love like Jesus wicked, but they got the crosses and everything. It's crazy spirit. And even though it's wicked as hell,
We got love.
love like Jesus and the crosses.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 4 in the NLT. It says, "Why are you living in luxurious houses while my house lies in ruins? This is what the Lord of Yahweh of heaven's army says. Look at what's happening to you. You have planted much, but harvest little. You eat, but are not satisfied. You drink, but are still thirsty. You put on clothes, but cannot keep warm. Your wages disappear as though you were putting them in pockets filled with holes." You see, that's these people here, man. Y'all really have nothing to celebrate, man. Everything you buy is on debt. Everything you buy, Amalek is charging your ass 80% interest. Everything you buy, you will never get out of debt here. You can't own land here, okay? You can't be a head. There's no such thing as a head of household here, okay? The moment your wife or your woman wants to give you cause you hell, she can, and Esau gonna show up to back her up. You see, there's no profit here, man. All of you people that get all high-minded and want to save this place, and want to prolong your time here, the Lord's gonna destroy you, man.
Right.
You're supposed to see a wise investment, man. And this place is a terrible investment, man.
Horrible.
We know what the reward is for this place, man. Missiles. You know?
Yep.
That's why you people are so irritated out here in the spirit of mirth, man. Because you really don't have wealth. You just have a position of convenience right now. You see?
At your expense.
At our expense. You know, what we said earlier, it said we have little, righteous have little.
Better is little that a righteous man has than the riches of the wicked.
Yeah, and you know what our little is? Our little is like a lottery ticket. You see, the ticket itself ain't worth much. It's just a piece of paper. But if we
prize of
hold
that
on to it, and we get to the bank, that's a wrap, man. We up, you know. But we gotta watch everybody else around us look down upon us, man. You know.
That's something, bro. Con. Well, yeah.
With that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
We give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, the great millstone, Natasha's truth and the well, salutations to you, hopeful elect, Christian the truth and honesty and sincerity. May Shalom and Abba Ball.
Abba Ball, Shalom.
Yashra.
Shalom.